Hey, what's up, you guys? It's me, it's Felicia. I know I've been MIA for a while, but I am back. I wanted to hop on. I want to do this video about the 2024 presidential debate between Trump and Biden. So I watched the full debate. I took some notes as well. We are on the heels of a very important election year. And I know a lot of people feel like um, voting doesn't matter, like they're going to do what they want, they're going to put in office whomever they want to put in office. But I vote, excuse me, and I'm sure a lot of you vote. So if you watched the debate tonight, I'm going to see if you saw or you noticed or you picked up on what I picked up on. First, let's start by saying this. Compared to the 2020 um, presidential debate between Trump and Biden, where they both literally act like two spoiled children out in the sandbox fighting over toys. Okay. They were a lot more well behaved this time around. Of course, they still took their little pot shots at one another. But I think behavior wise, compared to the last debate, yeah, I think their behavior was uh, a lot more pulled together. Now let's start with what I noticed about Biden. I'll start with him first because he is the current sitting president. I don't know if you guys noticed this or not, but his eyes, for a long time, they weren't blinking. It's like he just they were just like just open like this all the time, like no blinking. And that's kind of odd for a person's eyes to never blink just naturally, you know. Another thing I noticed about Biden, he kept touching the inner part of his right ear. So I'm wondering if he had some type of little earpiece in there that was feeding him um, his responses, or that the responses that whomever was talking to him, to that little earpiece, wanted him to give. Those are the two things that stood out most to me about Biden. Now let's talk about Trump. His appearance, he was more, or his composure, he was more together than he was in the 2020 debate. You could tell at times that he got a little smug when Biden would say certain things about him that he did not like, especially when he brought into play his um, his felony convictions. He did made sure that he mentioned those uh, two or three times. I think Trump has he was in 34 counts, if I'm not mistaken. So other than that, I thought Trump was more composed cognitively. He was better at answering the questions in a very coherent manner. And when I say coherent, you actually could hear what he was saying, as opposed to Biden. He appeared to be very sluggish. Um, when he would get to the end of his responses, he kind of trailed off a bit, like he really didn't know what to say, or he didn't know what he was saying. So I noticed that about him as well. Cognitively, as we all noticed, if we're all going to be honest, Biden was not mentally, cognitively in the best of shape. So I was taking some notes because I didn't want to miss out on anything, and I didn't want to make this a very long video. But like I said, we are on the heels of the 2024 presidential election, and this is an important election year. I mean, the next 4 years, whomever is sitting in that White House, whether you want to believe it or not, is going to make a big difference in the quality of our lives moving forward. It's going to make a big difference in the part that America plays on the world stage. The economy is a big factor, as we all know. So I have my little scoreboard here, and I was keeping tally on the different topics that the two, uh, I guess, the hosts of the show, and I didn't catch their names, who were asking the questions. So They were talking about COVID mandates. I would give this tally to Trump regarding the COVID situation simply because I didn't like the fact that Biden mandated American citizens to be vaccinated, with exception, of course, to the U.S. Postal Service employees. They had a choice whether they wanted to be vaccinated or not. But he mandated for our military, because they are on a federal level. And a lot of companies followed suit with his COVID mandate, which caused a lot of American people to lose their jobs because they refused to take the vaccine, or to be fired from their jobs because they refused to take the vaccine. So I'll give that one to Trump because he did leave it up to the American people, or open to the American people, as to whether or not they wanted to be vaccinated, although it didn't go into full effect until Biden was actually president. But it wasn't something that was going to be forced on the American people. Immigration. Now, we all know, if we are going to be honest, that our borders under Biden has been just blown wide open. Everybody and their mama from everywhere that are able to get to the American border and come on over into this country are doing it. And it's not just people from Latin America, it's people from everywhere. People from China, people from the continent of Africa. Like, people are pouring into this country. Not only are they pouring into this country, they are not being um, they're not being documented. Like, they're literally throwing away their identification when they get to the border. They're finding identification of these people all over in the back bushes off of the American border. So we don't know who these people are. They're coming into this country, they're making up names, they're getting lost in the crowd. They are committing crimes. We have seen about two or three young girls that have been SA'd and who have had their lives taken because of these illegal migrants. We all have seen how in New York City, where it's really gotten out of hand, how the illegal migrants are assaulting New York City police officers. Just the other day, a group of illegal migrants assaulted some New York City police officers at gunpoint. I believe they had an assault rifle. Not only are they assaulting and taking the lives of American citizens and assaulting police officers, they are robbing at a high rate. They're snatching purses, they're stealing cell phones, they're bringing drugs into this country. The crime in certain states, in certain cities, is just getting out of hand. This would not be happening had Biden not literally gone on television and told them to search the border. And if you think I'm lying, you can actually look that up. Google it, and you will see the video where Biden is telling them to search the border. Trump, on the other hand, when he was president, he did have the Remain in Mexico policy, and we were not having our borders flooded like it is being flooded now. We did not have illegal immigrants over here assaulting police officers and essaying and assaulting and taking the lives of young girls. The last young girl, I believe, who had her life taken, who was assaulted, I believe she was 12 years old. I don't remember what city, state she was from, but she was a very young girl. She was physically assaulted, and she was strangled to death by two illegal immigrants. So on that note, I've got to give that tally to Trump as well. Let's talk about inflation. Let me see if I can turn my other light on. Inflation wise, when Trump was president, we did not have the high inflation rate that we have now. I think this is the highest inflation rate we've had in 40 years. You're an American citizen, like I am an American citizen. And I'm sure you all know, just like I know, how much the cost of everything has tripled, if not quadrupled, under the Biden presidency. Rent is high as hell. You can't even really afford to buy a home if you wanted to. Gas is high, food is high, everything is astronomically more under the Biden administration than it was under the Trump administration. So, economy wise, I've got to give that tally to Trump as well. Afghanistan. Trump had a plan to move our troops as well as American weaponry out of Afghanistan. When Biden became president, the way he moved out of Afghanistan, if you all remember, if you don't, Google it, you will be able to find it. The Biden move out of Afghanistan was very, very, very sloppy. It cost a lot of American lives. And not to mention, we left millions, if not billions of dollars of our hardware, weaponry in Afghanistan. Left it right in the hands of could be terrorists. So I would have to give Trump the tally on Afghanistan as well. The Keystone Pipeline, which would have enabled us to produce more of our own oil, gas, natural resources. It's a pipeline that would run from Canada to the United States. Trump had that deal signed and ready to go. Not to mention, it would have provided a lot of good paying union jobs for a lot of Americans, most likely probably American men. As soon as Biden got into office, he turned that around. He just dissembled it and he did away with it. And I think he did that because it was something that Trump had done that would have been good for the country. So I have to give the Keystone Pipeline, I got to give Trump a tally on that too. Let's talk about the wars we have going on. Russia, Ukraine, Israel, and Palestine. Biden can say what he wants, but when Trump was president, we did not have any wars. We did not even have any resemblance of wars, even remotely being started. And that is because the leaders of these other countries do not respect Biden. They feel that he is weak and they can do whatever they want. That's why you have Putin over there going crazy. You have Israel and Hamas or Palestine going at it ruthlessly, relentlessly. Nobody's letting up. And there's no telling what's going to become of these wars that's going on now. We very well could be headed into a World War III. We were not in these conditions when Trump was president. They were not trying him like this. And I think that's the very reason why they're trying to revamp the draft. Although men 18 and over are already required to sign up for, draft services, but they're going to implement it to make it like, I have to look it up. But anyway, they're revamping drafting policies, which means a lot of people with sons, young sons, if we go into World War III, because enrollment in our military is considerably down, they're going to start drafting young men. So for those of you who have young sons, it's a high possibility that your sons will be drafted or they will go to prison and pay a fine as well. So I got to give that tally to Trump when it comes to wars as well. Let's see what else is on my list. My little light is going out. Tax cuts for the rich. Now, Biden did say that Trump had gave the richest Americans tax cuts. Um, I don't agree with that. I think multi millionaires and multi billionaires and billionaires should pay their fair share in taxes. Because the average working American, we get taxed up the ass. We get taxed on everything. We get taxed in our paychecks. I mean, not just federal and state taxes. We have Social Security. We have Medicare. We have all types of taxes that come out of our paychecks. We get taxed when we go to the grocery store. We get taxed when we go buy clothes. We get taxed when we put gas in our cars. Like we literally get taxed on everything. So I do believe that making the multi millionaires and multi billionaires and billionaires, I think they should pay their fair share of taxes. I think it would not hurt them for them to shoulder some of the burden of the taxes, or they could stop taking so many taxes out of our paycheck. They can stop taxing the hell out of us. I'd vote for that. Like, give me a tax break. Like, stop taking all these taxes out of my paycheck. Stop taxing the hell out of me every time I walk out my door. Basically, every time you walk out the door, hell, wherever you going, you're getting ready to pay a tax on something. So I don't know with the taxation. I'm not going to give it to Trump or Biden because I just think when it comes to that, they're both wealthy men. So any tax cuts given is most likely going to be given to benefit them probably. So I'm just like I'm kind of neutral um, when it comes to that. Social Security. Now Biden said that Trump is going to cut Social Security. I've never heard President Trump say he's going to cut Social Security, but I have heard Biden say that everything in the government needs to be cut. Social Security. He did say something about veterans as well. It was years ago, but he was on the Senate floor, and that is exactly what he said. So, unless he's had a change of heart, he's all for the cutting of Social Security as well. What else do we have here? The reputation of the U.S. I think under President Biden, I think our reputation as a strong, formidable force, a strong, formidable world force that was once upon a time highly respected and highly revered. I do think that since Biden has been president, that this country is looked at as more of a joke. Like other people on social media that live in other countries, they say things like, "What's going on in America? I'm so glad I don't live there." Like, what's up with your president? Why are you guys, why is your border wide open like that? Why are they, prioritizing illegal people over their own citizens? So I would say that Joe Biden is very much so tarnishing the reputation, and he is also tarnishing the security of every American citizen because it is because of him that our borders are wide open. And we got to pull Kamala in here too because she was tasked as being the border czar. She was supposed to take care of the border. She hasn't even taken herself down to the border because she doesn't care. And this is being done by design. There is a method to this madness. This is not, that border is not being left open like that just because. Okay, the black community is taking the brunt of it, but what's going to happen, and it's already happening, is going to affect every American. I don't care if you're black, you're white, you're Hispanic. Every American citizen at some point is going to feel the burden and the stress of having all of these illegal immigrants flooding into our country. We are at a huge security risk as a company, and you can see it. Nobody's making this up. You can see it happening, especially in the liberal states, New York, California, Chicago. You can see the effect and the impact that having a wide open border is doing to this country. Let's talk about abortion. Now, Biden tried to say that it's because of Trump that Roe v. Wade was overturned. Roe v. Wade essentially was not overturned. Okay, first off, it was taken from the federal level and given back to the states for the states to determine whether they will allow abortion, what type of cases they would allow abortion in, or if they were going to allow abortion at all. I agree with President Trump on that, in that it should be on a state level, but let the citizens of that state vote on it. I don't think it should just be in the hands of state legislature, because state legislature does not always think in the same vein of its citizens. So on that end, I think that the citizens in each individual state should be able to vote on abortion policies. President Trump did say that he agrees in abortions when there are exceptions, and I feel the same way. And those exceptions are if there is uh, raping involved, incest involved, or when the mother's life is in danger. Other than that, I don't um, agree with abortion because I am a woman. Okay, I have two children. The only time I have gotten pregnant is when I did not consistently and properly take my birth control pills. Okay, if I missed a day, then I knew the likelihood was very high that I was going to eventually get pregnant. So no woman has to be pregnant just because, especially with the high amount of abortions that women have in this country. The majority of those abortions are not because someone was assaulted. They're not because of incest, and they're not because of the woman's life being in danger. It's simply because a lot of women are irresponsible and they have unprotected sex and they don't make the man wear a condom. And they get pregnant and they figure out that they don't want the baby or the man doesn't want the child. So they go and they abort the baby. I don't agree with that. You can get mad with me if you want to. I really don't care. Okay, I'm just telling you what my opinion is when it comes to abortion. You have states like California. I think California allows abortion. I think up to 4.5 months, 4.5, 5 months. I believe so. That is a baby. Babies start moving. They start kicking and turning over inside their mother's womb at 4.5, 5 months. They have a heartbeat. That is a living being. You know, babies can be born prematurely at 4.5, 5 months. Now, will they make it outside the womb so young? Some do and some don't. But the fact of the matter is, if you're allowing a woman to have an abortion at 4.5, 5 months, that's a child. Like that is a life that's being taken. So I don't agree with long-term abortions. Unfortunately, Democrats do. If you're going to have abortion, there should be some type of buffer. Okay, it should not just be allowed just because somebody's pregnant and they fail to use birth control. Because there is also the Plan B. You have sex and you haven't used birth control. I believe Plan B is still available. You take it; it will prevent you from uh, getting pregnant or prevent that pregnancy from happening. So that's my take on abortion. I'll agree with President Trump on the abortion issue as well. I will give him that tally. What else was on the menu? Mm, nothing else that I really think matters to the American people right now. I think what's most important to the American people, and I don't care what color you are, black, white, Hispanic, I think the most important thing right now to the American people, the number one thing is the economy. I mean, how much more can we take? Unless you are a millionaire or a billionaire, you know, you probably don't care. what's really going on with the economy. Because you're gonna, it's not a problem to put gas in your car if your gas is $5 or $6, $7 a gallon. If you're rich or you're a millionaire, billionaire, a $5 loaf of bread and you know $10 carton of eggs, like you don't care about that. I was talking to one of my friends from back home in California, and they told me that a carton of eggs, I think the brown eggs, they were like $12. I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? A carton of eggs for like $12? Seriously? That's too much. That's like $1 an egg if you buy a dozen. And they were a dozen, $12. Fortunately, where I live at now, I live in the South, I can still get a carton of brown eggs for like $4 and some change. It's still relatively reasonable in the South. Things have increased. The price of everything has increased since I've moved here 7 years ago, but it's nowhere near California, New York, Baltimore, Philadelphia. It's nowhere near the prices that they are having to pay. So the economy is number one important, I think, to American citizens. I think the border, immigration is right, like it's so close, it could tie at number one. Because if you guys don't think immigration policy is important, I mean, a country without walls to where you just let any and everybody come into this country, and we don't know who these people are. And President Trump was right when he said they were not sending their best and their brightest. He said that. He said they're going to empty out their prisons, they're going to empty out their insane asylums, and they're going to send along to this country some of the worst of the worst. Now, I'm not saying all illegal immigrants that come into this country are bad people, are evil, and are up to no good. I'm not even saying that because I'm sure there are a lot of them that really are coming here to work hard and create a better life for themselves and their families and to be law abiding citizens. However, there is a high percentage of them that are not coming here for that. And the majority of the illegal immigrants that are coming here are men. You will see some women and children in the mix, but the majority, you watch any news programs, and I'm not talking regular TV, go on YouTube and Google illegal immigration at the border, and you will see the real deal. You will see what's really going on. You will see hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of men coming from all parts of the globe into this country. And they do not have women with them and they do not have children with them. Okay? And a lot of them, they are dangerous. They are murderers. They are drug peddlers. They are rapists. They don't have our best interest at heart and they don't care. You know how they act in their own country. It's complete lawlessness in some of these other countries. They don't even fear their own police force. And that's why they had no problem pulling out an assault weapon on a crew of New York City police officers last week. That literally happened. You can look that up as well. So don't be fooled and let them tell you that abortion should be at the top of the list because it shouldn't. It should not be at the top of the list. What should be your main concern and your main concern and your main concern is the economy. We cannot take 4 more years of the way this economy is going, okay? It is not just people that have to pay rent because rent's going up every year. I don't care if there's rent control or not. Even under rent control, an owner is allowed to go up at least 3% every year, which is not a lot. Then you have some states where there is no set amount of what an owner can go up. They can go up $150 every year. But this is not only hurting renters. Just think of the homeowners, all the gentrification that's going on. Do you know if you live in an area where there's gentrification going on and you own your home? I don't care if you paid it off and you don't pay a mortgage anymore. Do you know because of gentrification, your property taxes as a homeowner are going to go through the roof? We are talking about some very serious issues here. I'm not rich. Hopefully, the Most High will bless me to be rich, but I'm not. Okay, I'm a regular American citizen. Um, I have to live. I have to pay for my shelter, food, and gas, just like the rest of you. And my main concern is not abortion. Okay, that is not my main concern. My main concern is the economy. As they say, it's the economy, stupid. My main concern is immigration, you guys. Please don't be fooled by this spin. We have to do something about that. We are going to lose our country. You understand what I'm saying? And especially for the people who live in the big cities, big states, LA, California, New York, it's going to get out of control. For real. It's already out of control. But the longer that border stays open, the worse it's going to be. I've never seen a country in all my days of living, I've never known a country to allow their border to just be wide open. I mean, literally, it's like going to sleep at night, leaving your front door open, your back door open, all your windows open, leave your garage door up, and just letting complete strangers come into your home, eat your food, wear your clothes, tell you what they are and what they ain't gonna do up in your house, where you're supposed to have the rule and where you're supposed to have the say so. So I want you guys to really, 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 really give it some thought. And I know a lot of people, especially a lot of black people, say they're not voting. That's why I titled this video Trump, Biden, or the Couch. You know, a lot of black people are saying, hell, we're staying home. What the hell are we voting for? Because most black people tend to vote Democrats, and they see where that has gotten them thus far. Um, they support the Democrats heavily. They are like the most loyal voting bloc in the history of voting blocs. And every time the Democrats get in office and they get the victory, they turn around and bend over and give Black Americans that supported them their ass to kiss. So whether you vote for Trump, Biden, or the couch, think about what's important to you, like what's really important to you as an American. Think about what's going on in this country right now and how this country is being led. Like, don't get into your emotions. Don't think with your feelings. Like, I'm going to need you all to be logical, okay? I need you to take your feelings. I need you to put them at the bottom of your shoe. I need you to throw them out the window, lock them in the closet somewhere. Just completely take your feelings and your emotions out of it. I want you to think logically and critically about the direction this country is headed in and where it is now, as opposed to where it was 4 years ago. I want you to really, really take a good look at Biden. And I want you to really be honest with yourself. Do you think he is capable? Another 4 more years. He looks completely lost in space. Like he looked like they had gave him, I don't know, something to help keep him perked up and alert because his eyes, like, they were just like this. I mean, literally not blinking at all. I don't know, y'all. This is the debate was quite interesting. Um, I'm not going to tell you how to vote. It's not what I'm here for. If you did watch the debate, I hope you watched with very open and fair mind. I hope you really paid attention to policy, not propaganda. Okay? Policies, not propaganda. Because America is going to hell in a handbasket. It's going to hell with gasoline draws on. Like we are really as a country, all of us. I'm talking about white Americans, black Americans, Hispanic Americans, and I mean other Americans that are legal. We are in a very precarious situation as a country. And if we do not come together and think logically and look at policies and not propaganda, we are going to be too fit to be tied. Okay? Our country cannot take another 4 more years of this administration. And I'm not that crazy about Trump, but I will say I like his policies because when he says make America great again, he wasn't talking about Jim Crow, he wasn't talking about slavery, he wasn't talking about none of that. He was talking about putting this country back into the position that it should be in. Okay. I don't know how you feel about this country, but I am an American citizen. I am a black American. This is my country. I am a proud American. The United States of America is my country. My parents were born here. My grandparents, my great, 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 great grandparents were born on this soil. You understand me? From Natchez, Mississippi, and Coshada, Louisiana, in the Red River Parish. This is my home. And I don't want to see it destroyed because of propaganda, because some rich somebody is sitting up somewhere to none of this. What's going on in our country is affecting Joe Biden. It's not affecting Kamala Harris. It's not affecting anybody up on the hill, really. They don't live in our neighborhoods. We don't rub shoulders with them. We never see these people unless we see them on television somewhere. They don't have the same issues that we have. So, give it some good thought, you guys. We still have until November, so it's going to be July, August, September, October, November. We have 4 months. Wow. Damn. Is this year going to be over in 5 months? August, September, October. 5 months, you guys. We will be in a new year. And I said new year because technically the new year is spring, but you know, the new year. We got 5 more months left. And we got 4 months left until the election. I want you guys to really, really, really give some thought. Um, Take this serious. This is not a game. If we don't get somebody in the White House that's going to actually put the American citizens first, put our country first, restore some type of order when it comes to illegal immigration and our borders, and try to get this inflation in check and do something about Putin and Israel, and whatever else is going on, halfway around the world somewhere. I don't see Biden doing it because he's had 4 years to do it. And when he got into office 4 years ago, none of this was happening. Okay? I remember gas was $1.76 a gallon for unleaded where I live when Biden became president. It's still not that high now, considering it's like 284. Some places maybe I paid I think 309 a gallon today, but from going from 176 a gallon to 309, like yeah, it's kind of like a nice little jump. But anyway, you guys, I'm not going to be on here long. I just wanted to hop on here and say this. I wanted to go live, but I guess I'm not consistent enough. I don't think to go live right now. Or if I do go live, I probably need to do it um, earlier in the day when more people are up, when you're awake. I know people have to get up, go to work tomorrow, get your kids up and go to school and all that type of stuff. But of course, I couldn't go live tonight about the debate until the debate was actually over. So I did go live for a few minutes and one person popped on and they popped off. So next time I go live, I guess I'll try to do it earlier in the day. Oh, somebody sent me wait a minute. One of my subscribers, I want to shout you out because um she sent me an email and she wanted to know if I was going to do a follow-up video about the good and right Bishop Reverend Lamar Whitehead with his good thieving, frauding ass. Um, if y'all don't know who Bishop Lamar Whitehead is, I did a video on him about a year ago. He was being accused of fraud and stealing $90,000 from one of his elderly church members. He was actually convicted probably about a couple of months ago. He was convicted. I don't know how much time he got, but she wanted me to do uh, she wanted me to do a follow up. So I told her that I probably would, and most likely I probably will. I'll probably hop back on here maybe tomorrow sometime and do a follow up video. I was trying to find her name because I wanted to shout her out. Dang, I can't find her comment right now, but um, I got you, girl. Subscriber that asked if I was gonna do a follow up. I wanted to shout you out. I'm gonna shout you out on the next video. I'm gonna make sure I have your name written down because you took the time out to contact me and you let me know that what you wanted. Oh, here she is, Natasha's Craft and Sewing Studio. That is her YouTube channel. So Natasha's Craft and Sewing Studio, her question was, are you going to do a follow-up? Especially since we know now Lamar Whitehead, stole his houses, cars, and apartment complex. So the answer to your question, Natasha's Craft and Sewing Studio, yes. Since you requested that I do a follow-up on the good and right Reverend Bishop Lamar Whitehead, I will definitely do that. I got to do a little research and actually see what he was actually uh, found guilty of and what type of sentencing he received, if he has been sentenced yet. And once I do that, I will go ahead and upload the video. Y'all, I was drinking some vodka with some orange juice and some fresh squeezed lemon juice. I had to slow down because I was drinking it during the debate, right? I'm like, you know what? If I sit up here and drink this vodka and this orange juice with this little squeeze of lemon juice, it ain't gonna be no video because I'm gonna be in my bed sleep, right? So yeah, I can go back to drinking my vodka. Oh, you guys look too. Yes. I have a second channel. It's called the Divine Soul Family. That is like my spiritual channel. So just in case y'all don't know, I'm a very spiritual girl. You know, I do, believe in my spiritual baths. I pray. I'm not a Christian, because it's not about religion. It's about relationship. But Yeah, I do have a Bible. I have a Quran too, but my dad actually has my Quran. So if you guys who are interested in you know, growing spiritually, if you're interested in healing, you want to release, you know, I think I have about, I don't know, maybe 10 videos over there that I just started the channel. So I think I have like 16 subscribers or something like that. And I'll probably hop over there tonight and do upload a video because I think I need to upload one. I haven't uploaded one in about 2 weeks. But anyway, thank you guys for stopping by the channel. Thank you for pulling up and plugging in with your girl is Felicia. I'm gonna try to be more consistent. That's why I don't call myself a content creator, because a content creator is really out here in these YouTube streets and highways and byways creating content, and I don't be doing it. But see, I couldn't do it in the months past because I was working full time. Like I just had so much stuff going on. Then I would get home from work and I would just be tired. Okay, not tired, but tired. I didn't feel like making no videos. I can sit up all day, you know, when I'm relaxed and I'm done with my day, and I can watch everybody else's videos. But when it comes to me getting on here, doing a video, it'd be like a whole no, because I just want to come home. I want to shower. I want to take off all my clothes, and I want to pour me some wine or some vodka, and I just want to chill. Okay. But I really do enjoy YouTube. It's like one of my favorite, it is my favorite um, social media platform. So, and I appreciate all of my new subscribers, even though I haven't been putting up any videos lately, except for my video, how to take the gamey taste out of liver. Somebody told me they really liked that video, that I should do more cooking videos. What do y'all think? Y'all think I should do more cooking videos? I could like throw them in here and there because this channel, my channel doesn't have like a certain theme to it. And I did put that in the description. Like I like variety. So, you know, one day I might talk about politics, and another day I might, you know, throw in some celebrity news if it's something that's interesting to me. I'm not gonna talk about something just because it's trending, because I hate that. Um, but yeah, I can do some food, you know, because I love to cook. I'll be in my kitchen throwing down. Don't get it twisted, baby. Mama know how to cook. I know how to have activities up in my house. So, and I can share some of those activities with y'all if y'all would like that. But anyway, thank you to everybody who has subscribed to my channel. Thank you to my new subscribers, to my subscribers, my day ones and twos. Thank y'all for still being here. Even though I'm not consistent, I thank you guys for all of your comments. Y'all are still commenting on videos. I'm like, that video was like 2 years ago. Y'all are still commenting on videos, and I literally, if I don't respond to your video, like if I don't type something out and respond, I'm gonna like it. I'm gonna give it a heart. I'm gonna let you know that I see you and I appreciate you for being here, because there are billions of other channels on YouTube, and you don't have to stop by my little small little internet could channel, but you do, and I appreciate you guys so much. So subscribe to the channel since you're here and you stopping by, like the video, leave me a comment. If you are a content creator, if you have a small channel, I don't know, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 800 subscribers, I would love to collab. I think if I had a partner in crime that I can get out here and tear these YouTube streets up with, because I don't really like talking to, I don't like being on camera because I feel like I'm talking to myself, which I know y'all gonna see this later. But I always work better when I'm collabing with somebody. I was like that all throughout school. I was like that in college. Like if I'm part of a team, a group, or a duo, that's when I'm like, my creative juices really get flowing, because I have somebody else to bounce ideas off of, and they can bounce ideas off of me. It's a give and take, where it's just, you know, me. So I really love communicating, and I like working as a part of a team. So if you want to hook up, you want to collab, you want to do something together, um, if your channel is similar to what I do, send me an email. I just changed my email too for this channel. Oh Lord, today. What did I change the email to, y'all? I think it's in the description of this video. I'm gonna have to go into my about section and change it. I want to say it's Felicia Queen. It's Felicia Queen at gmail.com. I think that's it. But if it's not, I'm gonna go to the about section and I'm gonna correct it. Anyway, y'all, let me go because now I'm just blabbing and I'm tired of blabbing. Anyway, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye. Bye for now. And I'll see you later. All right. Where my little nail set, y'all? Lord, okay. I don't have I don't have a map for my mouse, y'all. Let me see if I can get it to move. No? Is it gonna stop? Oh, it's over here. Bye for real, y'all. Bye.